Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Cats and the Sun Devils Thursday night in Tempe. Coach, always a big game. It's a rivalry game, but let's jump right to the core of it. What is the biggest challenge facing Arizona State on Thursday night for your team?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, Brian, because regardless of our opponent, I think the two things that really stand out for us are, one, when the shot goes up, how do we do? Can we block out? Can we limit ASU to one shot when we are able to create missed shots against their offense? And I think number two is, from an offensive perspective, can we be a team that can go on the road and be a single-digit turnover team? One of the brightest lights in LA this past week, and we did not play well in either game, but we really did a good job of taking care of the ball. I think for us to have, a grand total of about 20 turnovers in 2 games, averaging 10 or fewer, that always gives you the best chance to win. And, we missed a lot of shots, and there's a lot of other storylines to that, but taking care of the ball and rebounding, I think when you look at the stat sheet at the end at ASU, those two stats will tell you who won the game.
Brandon Williams had an outstanding game at UCLA, 19 points in the contest. He also leads your team in assists. So my question is, would you like him to be more selfish? If he has the hot hand right now, does he, as they say, has the green light?
We want him to play with confidence for sure, and Brandon knows that. One of the things, it's like, it's playing a slot machine. I'll give you an analogy here. You hit, and then it's like you almost feel like the next time you pull that handle down, you have a better chance of making, of winning. I think shooting the ball, when a guy's playing with confidence, of course you want him to shoot it, but taking good shots, taking really good shots, that's part of why Brandon played so well against UCLA. He has the ability to create his own shot. He played off of his teammates extremely well. I would say 3 of his made threes were the most wide open shots you can take as a college player, and he was the recipient of excellent team play. So I think for us coaching him, it's really continuing to teach him what is it that allows you to get great shots, moving on penetration, clearly, especially against zones, driving the ball against bigger players, which he also did a great job in the USC game of that, Brian. He didn't shoot it as well against USC, but his playmaking, his driving, and his shot selection really in both of those games was outstanding. And Brandon's playing with a lot of confidence, and I was happy to see that through 8 Pac-12 games, he's sitting right at 40% from the three-point line, because I believe that that's the type of shooter that he is. And for him to keep that going, to my point, it's not to take more, because a lot of times more is only good if they're good shots. We want him to just continue to play the way he's playing, be efficient. And like you had mentioned, the other part of Brandon is he makes his teammates better. And I think 4 assists, no turnovers against USC, if I'm right about that, and 19 points against UCLA. He did an outstanding job. And it's always difficult for a freshman at Arizona, when you're from LA, to go back there for the first time. He handled that really well as well.
Life is what you make it, full of endless possibilities and opportunities at every corner. In our fast-paced world, Hughes helps you with what matters most, delivering dreams, adding value to your life. Where you bank matters. For you, your family, and your future. We are local, rooted in the community you call home. Join us on the journey of life. Hughes Federal Credit Union, ranked the #1 credit union in Arizona by Forbes.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Another freshman that's been getting more minutes is Debonair Dutrey. And when you look at the box score, there's always some sneaky numbers in there. His offensive rebounding, he had 6 steals in the trip to LA this past weekend. Where is he most valuable for your team right now?
Well, he plays with a chip on his shoulder in a very good way. Debonair is not afraid. He gets right in there and mixes it up. Since we started to play him more at the beginning of the Pac-12 season, He's given us second shot opportunities. You know, he just has a nose for the ball. You had mentioned that to me a number of times, Brian, and you're right. He just seems to have a feel for how to go get offensive rebounds. And you know, Debonair's not small. He's not a 6'1" guard. He's, you know, every bit 6'5". He has long arms and great anticipation. But his ability to steal the ball and get second shots, he's also confident dribbling and passing. You know, he's run into some turnovers here recently, but you know, I think that's more game experience than anything else. But we're happy with what he's done. And also evaluating Debonair behind the scenes, you know, his will to improve, his work ethic and practice has been nothing short of outstanding.
Being shorthanded inside, Ira Lee, Ryan Luther in particular, what more do those guys need to do right now?
They just have to do the best that they can. You know, I think the one thing defensively, there are assignments and details that are easy to follow. You know, do your job types of things, and we really need them to be in great position and play with great effort, because when they don't, they're vulnerable to two things: fouling and giving up second shots or deep post catches. And you know, deep post catches, fouls; second shots, fouls. You know, not being on assignment. A lot of times the basketball gets close to the rim. Those are high percentage shots. So we need those guys to be just really on it when it comes to defense and doing their job. And that will protect them from fouls and I think protect our team as well.
Wildcats and the Sun Devils Thursday night, 7 o'clock tip-off in Tempe, and then the Wildcats back home the following Thursday to host Washington. And we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.